Hello. In this video, we will be going through the Google My Business website setup and other additional things you can do on Google My Business. The first step is scroll down on your Google Business Profile Manager, which you get to via just pressing Manage Now on Google My Business, and scroll all the way down to Website. The first time you open this up, it will show up green here saying that your website is being created. So this is a fairly basic automatic website, which is created using the information that you have set up in your Google Business profile. It's quite interesting because when you adjust your info in your Google My Business profile, it goes straight to your website. There's no middleman. It's cut and dry. Your Google My Business listing is your website. So you can see here, updates. Here's where the posts go. Menu, if we had a menu made up. And the bagels under the menu show up here. Testimonials, this is where your reviews would go. About us, this is where a bio would go. Gallery, so photos, so this is a photo of the menu, outside, inside. Any photos that you have up and running on the website, they'll show up here. And of course, there is a map, contact information, which we'll just call this number. Address, which is the address that we have here, which is just in the info section. And any information, let's say that 10 to 5 down there. If I go into info and say I adjusted this to 10 to 5:30. And of course, in the second video, I go over each and every one of these tabs and make sure that you are ready to go with them. So if I scroll back all the way down here, this should show up as now 10 to 5:30. So it's like that. It's quick, simple, and doesn't take any time out of your day. And of course, the Powered by Google shows up there, and it's $17 a year for this website. Of course, here's some more options. Get a quote, call now, get directions. And it is, while quite basic, it can get the job done. Here's how you can customize your Google My Business website. So there's different themes for each one. You can have cream soda, spring, luxe, and of course you can edit the header photo. So the header photo, this will show your cover photo down here, or you can implement a new one. This wood grain here is just straight from Google. I did not put that in. So let's say I thought Goldcrest was the right thing for Byron's Beef Bagels. You just select that, and the fonts will change, the coloring will change, even these little things between the sections will change. Quick and easy. So then here's where you can adjust your buttons. So there's a primary button, which is get quote right now, but I don't necessarily like that because Byron's Beef Bagels doesn't do quotes. So you just say find table, reservation links, www.stellaroroftrade.com. Next up on the Google My Business website is the About Us section. So you can see right here on our little mini website view, this is the About Us section. And to edit this, you'll just have to go down to below your description, and you just press on summary header. We'll add in our summary header, and you see it'll just add in right there. And then now we will add in our summary body. Then once we add in our summary body, we can do whatever we want. We can bold it, italicize, underline. We can even insert it so that it's a link that leads them to somewhere else. So if we wanted to link this, we would just press this, and it just put in a link where you want them to go right there. You can make it a list. You can make it a not numbered list. And of course, you can turn this all off. So it's a quite good section to use, and it can be just a nice little section on your website to give them some more info. So the next thing, our menu icon up in the top left here. This, when pressed, it will fold down, and it will show your customers that they could find a table, call now, or get directions. So the call now, that'll be straight out of your phone number that you put in info. Same with get directions. It'll just use Google Maps and put them right to your place. And find table, it'll go to the reservation link that you edited right here. As you can see, now that I've added photos into this section, as I did in the second half of the second video, the header photo now shows up here automatically. And if we scroll down to gallery, you can see all of our different beautiful photos of Byron's Beef Bagels. Another thing is, now that the review is up, we can see the testimonials right down here. So as soon as a review goes up, it'll pop up right here. And then how you edit your domain name right up here. So you tap on this pencil icon, and you can type in whatever you want. So it'll automatically give you a domain name just off of your business title. But if I wanted to swap this to Byron's Bagels,
It wouldn't let me because I have an apostrophe right here and two capital letters. So just have to remove those. And then as you can see, it's good to go. Another way you can do that, if you really want a space in between your words, you can use a dash. And you see that works just the same. And then it'll have the business site beside it if you just publish it for free. Or for $17 a year, you can buy a domain with .com, .net, .org, or even whatever you want.
So once again, this Byron's Beef Bagels, the Google website, very basic website, and there's not too much you can do on it. If you would like a more complicated website, there is around 3 businesses in town which can make you a website from scratch, and you'll have full control over it. Then the other tab in the Google My Business website manager is gallery image, so you can upload images right to your Google website and not put them into your Google My Business listing. And that is basically the maximum that you can do with this website. Any info you put in here will go straight to here. So if you add food ordering, there will be a whole thing for food ordering, menu, bagels. If you were to add more menu things, they would show up right there. So it is quite nice in the expanse that it's quick and simple, but it's not required. Another thing that I should touch on just while we sit here is the Google My Business app. So the Google My Business app is a very interesting tool that you can use, and it has almost all the capabilities of Google My Business on the computer, lacking a few things such as editing photos, editing their tags, but you can do almost everything that you can do on your Google My Business homepage as you can do on your Google My Business app. And you can also respond to messages on it, so it is a good thing to download if you have the time. And of course, you can access Google My Business through either the app or through any search engine, just via searching Google My Business, and it'll pop right up. Next thing we should touch on for Google My Business is ads. So these are completely optional, and you do have to pay for them. They will put you to the very top of any search for something related to you. So if someone searched for bagels, and we had a competitor who also sold beef bagels, this would put our title one step above theirs. Okay, so if we go to Google Ads, it'll ask you your main advertising goal. So you have 4 options: get more calls, get more sales or signups on your website, get more visits to your physical location, or get more brand awareness. So what we want is to get more visits to our physical location so we can sell more beef bagels. We simply just press next, and Google will load this up next. And so you have 2 options here. So the first one is your website. So if you have a specific page on your website for contact us or this is our location, that would be the best thing to push here. Or simply, you could just do your business profile. So that will lead them right to your Google My Business profile, which is what we've been working on. So we'll go with that. Google will do a quick scan. Here we go. Thanks. People will come here after they click your ad. So this is where our advertisement will bring the person right to. All here with all of our detail. We just press next. And here's where we get to the meat of the ad. So you can have headline 1, headline 2, headline 3. Those would all go here. Description 1, description 2, those would go there with a comma separating. Directions, buttons, all that. And without all this, it won't let me go any further. So I'll just type in. So probably best for headline 1 is Byron's Beef Bagels. Best in Alberta. And of course, these are just descriptions. There we go. Now I know Byron's Beef Bagels sounds incredibly tantalizing, but of course this is just a fictitious company, so you can't enjoy the best bagels in Alberta. So then show a call button in your ad. So what we're going to have to do is swap this from the United States to Canada, and our number will show up correctly here. Show your location and next. There we go. So right here we can add bagel shop, bagel gifts, bagel sandwiches, all this lovely stuff. And so these are best for SEO categorization, and these will help get your ad on more searches. And here's really important because you don't want to be showing your ad to the entire Red Deer area as well as Stellar. So we could just limit it to Stellar, Erskine, maybe a bit of Alex. That would be perfect for us. Of course, you can also choose specific zip codes, but let's not worry about that for now. And this goes 31 kilometers away from your address here, or away from any address that you input here. So I could input the middle of Stettler, but probably best to go from your actual address. Then here's when we get into the prices. So the lowest amount is $6, and middle is $10.50, and the max is $20. So these are the monthly fees, and right below it shows the clicks, so this will adjust how many times the item will get clicked. So 210 to 370 go, and of course you can enter your own budget and it will only go up to this amount for clicks. So we'll just go with that one for now. Okay, so reviewing your campaign. So make sure everything here is good, then just press next, and now we get to the billing information. You should be able to figure out this all on your own. If you do ever run into issues, I recommend calling Google on this. Here's the number right there. And that will be all. And that wraps up the Google My Business Google Ads. Now, of course, in the time during COVID, business hours are constantly changing, and it's good to keep your customers inclined to know what will happen with your business during COVID. So if you're short-staffed, you can write a quick post here, write a COVID-19 update, and if your hours change at all, just click Update Business Hours. Right here, you can see your latest posts, Byron's Beef Bagels grand opening, Byron's Bagels opening. So this will show your latest post and a little brief description below, and events shows a little bit more, and if there was a photo, it would show that as well. Then you can add a professional email address to your team. So that would be Liam Rockcliffe at byronsbeefbagels.com. So that's a really good thing to have to make yourself look a little bit more professional, and it will all be ran through Google's Gmail. Okay, so this complete your business profile. In my experience with this, even if you add a logo, add a cover photo, this will still say 70%. This is one of those things that Google just has messed up and is a thing that they'll fix in a future update. And that will do it for this brief tutorial on Google websites and little things that you can do here and there with Google. Google is an incredibly powerful marketing tool, and these little tips and tricks should help. If you have any questions on how to set up your Google My Business listing, please watch the second video in this playlist and or call the board of trade if you need any further help. Thanks. Bye-bye.